Speaking of that, is it Rick or Rich? I think he had a midlife crisis and switched to Rich. He was Rick when I met him, and I've always called him Rick. I'm going to claim that you can't train an middle-aged dog new tricks. So I'm not changing. We met at the height of awkwardness, that was junior high school. Our friendship at that age was probably more of an acquaintance. We moved from junior high to high school, then graduation. Our friendship grew a little bit with this transition. After high school, many of us were split up. We went to different colleges, moved to work in different cities, and some stayed in the local area. All of us at the Pleasant Valley class of 1982 became busy with new lives, relationships, and careers. By the way, the PV senior class voted him the most friendly person, and the class clown. The class clown. Our friendships stayed connected through the transition and grew exponentially as adults. If he brought you into his circle, it was lifelong, built on trust, respect, and love. He did a short stint at Grandview College in Des Moines. We still can't figure out how many years, semesters, quarters, probably 1 quarter. He was there. I was told by one of his children it took him 3 colleges and service in the United States Navy. Sorry, I can't remember. This is really true, Rich. Service in the United States Navy before he finally ended up at Southern Illinois University. When at Grandview, he came to Ames, where I went to college, for a couple of weekends. For all of you that don't know, he was an avid Cyclone fan. Okay, he bled red and gold. He didn't care much for the Hawkeyes. Well, at least that's how I remember it. Your first dorm decoration. And your second. During those visits, he arrived on the Silver Bullet. Does anybody know what that is? The Greyhound bus. That 30 or 40-minute drive from Des Moines to Ames took 2 hours as the driver played connect the dots to every small town in central Iowa. Speaking of that bus ride, let's remind the millennials in the room of a few things. Very few college students had, in the mid-1980s, had our own vehicle, and the price of gas was $1.50 per gallon. We didn't have bill pay, and ATM technology was brand new. Mobile phones were non-existent. The internet ran on something called a baud modem. In shared computer labs at college, they ran on something called MS-DOS. In college, we shared bathrooms with 60 other people. On the plus side, my tuition was only $800 a semester. Good luck with that, millennials. But I digress. Hanging out with Rich was a football game, pizza in campus town, or out at the library. For those of you who thought we were studying, let me clarify, it was the library lounge, not the Iowa State University Parks Library. After college, spending time together was harder. He was in the Navy, and I started to move around for my career. I made sure to visit his parents, even when he wasn't home. I swear that if he were here today, I would tell him again, your parents still like me more. Byron and Kathy agreed on several occasions. Truth be told, they welcomed their children's friends into their home like their own, and they created a welcoming home for all. Our relationship continued to grow, standing up with him and Shufei at their wedding, watching his kids grow up, and seeing how much of a proud father he had become. But when we did talk, he made it a point to talk about his kids that made him so proud. He was a proud father because of the right choices his kids made in life. Take your parents' advice, their lessons learned, and take cues from their values. Have you stumbled occasionally? Yes. Will you again? Yes. Use your parents' lessons to pick yourself back up and ask, what would my dad suggest I do? I'm not a betting person, but I bet you already know the answer. I remember Rick and Shufei's first trip to Atlanta, where I live. I was living in the suburbs, and I considered that a little boring. I think they kind of liked it. They stayed with me for a long weekend. Shufei scouted out the food scene, as I'm sure Asian grocery stores were limited in the Quad Cities. They had an entire suitcase devoted to groceries. Chauvet must have thought she was in heaven. This place wasn't special, but it provided elements that made her nostalgic of Taiwan. Rick was overjoyed that his wife found this. I'm sure several $100s later, we left the grocery store and found a great, authentic local lunch. The area of town is known for its ethnic diversity and food culture. I still go to this store and have sent many of my domestic and international friends there looking for ethnic authenticity. On another trip to Atlanta, it was with the entire family. 5 kids, 2 adults, baggage, games, books, toys, and a very large vehicle. What were both of you thinking? We have the busiest airport in the world. Next time, fly. Fly Delta. They love to fly and they know it. I helped them play tourist on that trip. We went to the World of Coca-Cola and the Georgia Aquarium. The only thing we missed that day was the dolphin show at the Georgia Aquarium because of one overly tired child. By the way, Isaac, I want my $18 back for that too. We ended up at my favorite Southern barbecue restaurant in Atlanta. It's called Daddy D's. It's spelled D-Z. It looks a little scary on the outside. The building is leaning. The air conditioning doesn't work well. The staff is sassy. And it's not in a great neighborhood. Feral cats are in the parking lot, and looking at it, you wonder how it could ever pass a health inspection. Sometimes old just looks dirty. The place is guaranteed to leave a barbecue aroma on your clothes, and sauce dripping on your shirt, and a smile on your face. We all enjoyed it. Rick had a couple of business trips back to Atlanta. He was hooked. He would not go anywhere else for dinner. I had to wonder if he came to Atlanta for the barbecue or me. Over dinner, we would sit and talk for hours before he hopped on the road to his next appointment. What did we talk about? How proud he was of his family. How the kids were doing at school and Chauvet's business. I talked with all of Rick's kids this week, and they provided some interesting facts regarding the day in the life of the Kime kids. These are facts. These are not alternative facts, and that was for you, Rick Kime. He would burst out singing, jumping into their beds, and waking them up on weekend mornings by playing the bugle. I wasn't aware of his ability to play the bugle, let alone if he played it well. When someone would yell out, "Oh my God," he would answer, "Yes, my child." He had embarrassing nicknames for all of his children's friends, and they told me it was likely because he couldn't remember their names. I must say Rick was right. For the longest time, I knew Isaac and Rochelle's names, but I didn't know the others. I referred to them as 2, 3, and 4. So please, for the rest of the day, wear these name tags so I can remember you for the rest of the day. If I've forgotten anybody else's names in the past, I've got more name tags. I was told he didn't have a name tag for me. I'm kind of feeling left out. Rick claimed the only time his kids wanted to talk to him was when he was in the bathroom doing his business or watching a movie. And we won't even go into the bad dad jokes. Most of Rick's Facebook friends posted to his page, but he was silent for the most part. By the way, he only has 70 friends. What's wrong with that? I'm guessing because Facebook is a big waste of time. That's at least what I heard Betty White say on Saturday Night Live. By the way, be warned, don't look at my Facebook page. I'm not subtle, I'm political. But social media has become a staple to stay involved in our friends and family's lives from near and afar. My guess, it helped him keep track of his kids' lives while he was on the road working. Again, by the way, millennials, social media for anybody over 50 in the room was a handwritten letter delivered in the mail, stands for 20 cents. An actual conversation over lunch or a poster on a bulletin board. A gathering around the one family television, in most cases a 19-inch diagonal black and white, with only 3 networks, ABC, CBS, and NBC. PBS if you have an antenna. We watched shows as a family. It was social because it was a family event. Gather around your kitchen table and remember your dad, your brother, your uncle, your son, and your friend. Talk about those funny stories and write them down so memories don't get lost. I wasn't here for it, but I remember a story that Byron told me about having to pick Rick up one late night in downtown Bettendorf. I won't go into the details, but you can talk to him later. Keep track of his favorite foods and write down the recipes. His kids told me his favorite foods were ragu, Stouffer's, and cakes. So back to the geekiness. Rick liked to wear his apron. But who here has an apron that's Star Trek themed? This is yours. You can give this back to me. I borrowed that from your kitchen. Go to NPR, download the story Corral. Record a story about Rick, your dad, your uncle, your brother, your son. Upload it so his story can be archived at the United States Library of Congress. Use your parents' wisdom, yes, wisdom, in every decision you make. Rick was a man that put his family first. He was very involved in his kids' lives. I'm sure some days more than you wanted. Some say feedback is a gift. Remember and treasure his feedback every day. You have made both of your parents proud, probably more than you realize. It will become evident to you in the months and years to come as you make decisions that resemble your parents' teaching, advice, and values. As children, who here didn't think their parents were a bit crazy sometimes? Anybody? That you, the child, had more experience than your parents. I was told in high school I had a terrible disease. It was called senioritis. It was a debilitating case of attitude and a dash of mouthiness. Thank you. I'm guessing Rick had the same on occasion. No, not at all. Maybe it was just me. Mine was probably worse. My case was diagnosed and prolonged. It lasted through college. Eat your veggies, take your vitamins, keep your mind open, and keep your senioritis in check. Over time, you'll figure out that the older you get, the smarter he was. Both he and your mom. After Rick was diagnosed and started treatments, he spoke of a newly developed bond with Macy. Where's she at? Okay, she's up there. Okay. He spoke of a new bond with Macy, the family dog. While some thinks that dogs aren't smart, I wholeheartedly disagree, and Rick did too. Dogs know. Macy knew something was wrong, and she stuck by his side and literally under his feet. Rochelle recently messaged she was his pillow and his blanket at times. I also think she was another safety net. I mentioned to him that she is a shedder and followed up with a great quote I read. Home is where the dog hair sticks to everything but the dog. It gave us both a great laugh. Dogs know. I just finished reading a wonderful book, Racing in the Rain, My Life as a Dog by Garth Stein. Apparently guys named Garth can write as well as they sing. The first chapter was tough. It was about Enzo, a lovable mutt whose life was quickly heading to the Rainbow Bridge. For those of you that don't know, the Rainbow Bridge is a place where pets go when they move to the next life. Move is a very good term. I'd like to say that my Woody and Buck are there now, running through the fields and streams, jumping through the gardens, and chasing the cats. Google it if you've lost a pet. It's great pet therapy. It's good therapy if you haven't had a pet or lost a pet. It puts a few things just in perspective. Don't be scared by the first chapter. The book quickly went into flashback mode in chapter 2 when Enzo was a pup. The skies cleared up, the sun came out. It almost sounded like I'm describing Andy the musical. I'm not going to break out the song and dance, so don't worry. What makes the book so great? Enzo tells the story in his own words, with his own human-like demeanor, mannerisms, and understanding of human life. My favorite Enzo quote is, "To live each day as if it had been stolen from death, that is how I would like to live. Dogs know." You must admit, Enzo was smart, and I think Macy is smart too. What would Macy say about her dog dad? She felt the pain of his year-long plus ordeal. She has heard the pain of family members and friends here today. She has heard those conversations.